Hey Phil, how's it going? So just wanted to show you a quick little side by side of what we did in our lesson quite recently. I just want to unpick a few bits, and these are exactly the same contact points. So if you notice, our contact point is pretty much on point there. Maybe mine just needs to be a frame back, but for sake of this, that's roughly the same point. So I'm going to use this as a little bit of a demo of a couple of things that I think that I want to see you try do in your next lesson. So first thing, as the ball bounces, and I might even just tether it to the ball bouncing because that's quite a nice little relationship as well. Okay, so as you see the ball bouncing there, hopefully you can get the sense that my racket looks a little bit more threatening than yours. It looks like yours has just dropped a little bit in that angle. It's just a little bit too timid. Whereas you notice my racket head here, it's quite vertical, it's quite upright, isn't it? So as I'm stepping in, let's have a look at this idea. So I think we both step at the same point. That's nice. If you look at both of us, we're both landing the foot roughly at about the same point. So that's good. Your timing there is really good. I don't know if you can spot the difference there now. There's something quite interesting, isn't there? First thing, obviously, the racket head. There's still quite a lot of threat there. There's still quite a lot of a bend in the elbow. So there's quite a bit of threat in that position. As you can see with yours, if we just draw a line from my head position, look at how my racket is still above the level of my head, whereas yours is definitely too low. So a couple of things, we might need to get you to crouch a little bit more, get down. You can see I'm really getting down a bit more, but also to maybe have more of a bend in the arm there. You see my bend there, and then my wrist is cocked. So then it's lifting things up a little bit, and my elbow is possibly a little bit higher than yours. Maybe not, but I think it's because I'm also crouching a bit more. But you can get the sense, hopefully, with me stepping in there and you stepping in there, there's a lot more positivity with what's going on over this position, isn't there? Whereas on yours, it just looks a little bit timid and passive. And then as we hit, look what happens to this. So let me tether it up again at the contact point. So let me just undo that. So it's just coming off my strings, and there's your one. So from this position, again, let's look at the contact point. Really engaged in the legs, really low there, whereas your legs definitely too high. And what that does, it means you have to end up hitting upwards on the ball, whereas I can hit a little bit down into the ball and use a bit of spin to get that ball going into that direction. So if you just watch mine on the right for a second, look how I'm getting it there, trying to get it on the peak of the bounce. I know it's just dropping a little bit, and I'm able to then guide that ball in. Whereas look at yours on the left. It's like you get under it and you have to almost, you steering it in. And look at that follow through. It's really interesting what's happening there, isn't it? It's a little bit stopped. It's a little bit tentative. Whereas if you look at mine on the right, look at my follow through. It keeps going. Everything's working towards that ball. And you'll probably notice my back foot slide. As I'm hitting, look at how that back foot slides. It incorporates. Let's see yours. Yeah, there's a little one, minimal, but I think because of the maybe lack of engagement on that leg there, that's where the difference lies. So yeah, I definitely like to see you have some more threat there. You see, it's not necessarily a big swing I've got there, but it's threatening enough. Probably one of the last things I just want to point out is the shape of my swing. So you'll notice how it's in this position right there. Watch how it drops like backwards. It's got like a little bit of a shape to it there. So let me just take that away. So see how it drops backwards, whereas yours does drop backwards, but it's shallower, isn't it? Because your angle, that original angle, is not as, say, severe as mine. I think when you drop it backwards, it's just a bit too timid. It doesn't quite have the right shape. Whereas you see mine on the right, there's a lot more shape to that, isn't there? That racket's dropping down, and it's really getting in there, and that gives the ball a nice bit of cut, nice bit of spin, and I can really be quite severe with when I chop that ball in. Whereas when yours is a little bit shallow on the left, it's more of a gentle push. You're getting under it, you're pushing it up. It's almost a little bit hopeful in a way rather than being quite determined. And look, great result. Look where you landed, really landed tight. So that's not bad at all. But I don't think you have much threat from that position. Doesn't look like you could hit a second shot, does it? Whereas on mine, yes, I think I'm always going to be playing the drop, but it also looks like I can maybe hit a second shot. So possibly something to think about when you're playing that front backhand drop, to get into that little bit of detail there. Yep. And I hope that helps, and you can take that away, work on that in your game a little bit, and you'll have a lot more threat and a lot more ability to play a better shot, but also have the ability to play a secondary shot also. So get your opponent stuck on the team. Anyway, listen, good seeing you again, and hopefully we'll catch up again soon. Take care. Bye.